So now we're recording. We're given an integer array, or where each element in the array, meaning the number of stones, and we also given an integer of k. We should apply, like, remove the floor of the piles, the I piles divided by 2, and we can just pick any piles. But for the amount of operations, we can only do k times. And also we could do the operation on the same pile more than once. And we are asked to give to return a minimum possible total number of stones remaining after applying the k operations. What I first did, I tried to do greedy, but I focus on how to maintain the decreasing order. So for the greedy idea, I always wanted to cut off the largest pile, like remove the stones from the largest pile always. But if I only use integer array, I cannot maintain that order. This is what I felt at yesterday. But today, I think I have a new idea, which is using a max heap. A max heap is kind of like a data structure which is a complete binary tree, and its root is always the largest. And whenever we are popping out the top of the heap, it was the largest in the heap. So by doing that, we could maintain this structure so that we can always having the largest element on top of our heap. If given the example 5 or 9, if I use a mass heap, I think the structure will become 9, 5, and 4. And every time we kind of like pop one element, which is 9, and I kind of like remove it by the half of it minus 4. 9 divided by 2, which is 4. The result is 9 minus 4 equals to 5. And then I put it back to the mass heap. And then right now we have a 5, 5, 4. And then I put it, the largest is 5, and minus 4, 5 divided by 2, which is 9 divided by minus 2 equals 3. And we put 3 into the mass heap, and we have 3, 5, and 4. Not 3, 5, and 4. Actually, it's 5, 5, 4, and 3. And the k now becomes to 0, because when we did one pull, we need to minus the operation time by 1, so k equals to 1. K is 2 minus 1 equal to 1, and then k equals 1 minus 1 equals 0, and then k equals 0. Then I can summarize the mass heap element to be 12. 5 plus 4 plus 3 equals to 12. So one thing is that I kind of confused is k. When k is larger than the length of the piles, how should I do it? It's kind of like I should keep pushing my element into the mass heap until k becomes to 0.
You can return
So
0.
if
Yes.
5, 4, 9, and given k equal to 4, there should be no problem for for this math heap, right? Because I can always pushing the element back to my heap and maintain that order.
So for like if the example only have a number which is 1, and every time even the k is a large number, yeah, like 1000, and then so because 1 divide 2 always equal to 0, right, in Java. So every time we will reduce 0, so it is always 1, right?
Honestly, I'm not sure. So
I don't think you should return 0. You should return 1.
Right.
You should return 1. So I don't think you need to consider that situation, because the end condition is always k equals 0, right?
Yeah. So I just only need to consider the k equal to 0. I added it, and then
Yes.
and then I could calculate the summarize of the heap. I think. So if I use a priority queue, which are using am I allowed to code right now? I'm kind of like confused. 不过我们现在也没有作为一个 interview 来问吧？
无所谓，就是那个你就讲吧。
对吧？我也没有 clarify 什么东西，反正我就这么直接扣了，对吧？
你 clarify， 你已经 clarify 了，你不是说这个 k 如果那个怎么着？但其实我觉得不用想那个，根本就
行。行，那so first is files is long or files length is equal to 0. I assuming there's kind of like we don't actually need to remove anything. And because we always want to remove the maximum, so we need to maintain a maximum heap. So we call it this maximum heap, but we wanted to give it a reverse order, so we do it like this. So one thing, notice that we cannot use int as our input. We must use integer to be each element's type, because integer is a primitive type, which in lambda expression it can be compared. But int is not a primitive type. So you have got to, the lambda function will not work with the int type.
Int is a primitive type. Integer is not.
Maybe I cannot reverse it. So yeah, so
I know what you mean. Yeah.
You cannot use lambda for int and char, something like that. Also, right now, I think the best I could do is to put every element into the heap. And then while k it is greater than 0, I can pull the current largest element from the heap. And then my cur is gotta be removed by the floor of the cur divided by 2. And then I put it back to my mass heap. And decrease my operation time. And then once the operation time is done, all the remaining elements in the heap will be my answer. The sum of it will be my answer. So while mass heap is not empty, answers will be each element that you pull, and then I return the answer.
让你 submit 一下，应该没问题，我觉得。耶！但是就是这个 add 的话，我最好用那个 offer。
它的这个区别是什么来着？
区别就是说 add 就是 offer 是封装之后的一个东西，你 add 如果 add 不成功，它会返回一个 throw 一个 exception 那种东西。
哦 ，offer 就不会吗？
不会，它会返回 false， 就不会让你这个程序崩了，至少。这我记得我之前讲过，就是也有一个类似的，都是说用 offer 和 poll 之后，就不用什么 remove add 之类的。我记得我补充过那个东西。
好，那我回去再看一下，我有点忘了，我很久之前记得它的两个的区别，但是我好久都没写。
好的。
原来是这样，我他妈的昨天晚上纠结了1个半小时。
你真的是想的太复杂了，我觉得就是这个题。
我昨天就在想，哎呀，我给了这个整数组，我该用一个什么样的整数组可以维持它永远是大的在前面？我靠！
哎，但是那样的话，你还可以用你直接就然后想想啊，
巨麻烦，就你每一次你在做这个 k 大于0的时候，你都得对那个整数组作为一个排序，就倒装排序。
那你就用 array.sort， 然后你看你肯定是最后一个是最大的，然后你永远是改变你最后一个不就得了吗？一样的，就跟 priority queue 的那个思想不是一样的吗？也是 n log n。
就它会产生一些情况，就是说，你每一次 sort， 你相当于你在这个 while 这里面，你这个整数组，你每一次 sort， 然后你把最后那个拿出来，
对，
然后你改变它最后一个，
那应该就是 k n log n 了。
然后你把它再放回去吗？
你不是放回去，你直接改成数组啊。你就相当于是549。
我就相当于这个最后一个 element， 我把它改成这一个减完的那个结果之后，然后我减完了它这个 k 之后，然后我回到新的一个 k 的时候，你再把它排序成
对
一个新的玩意，然后你再这么搞，就是复杂度会高，因为那是 n 方n 乘 log，
那就是 k n log n。
k n log n， 对。
对，那样就不好嘛，但思想是一样的。
操！
你在录像，大哥。
无所谓了。
对，
行。
你不觉得就是现在在看它，就一眼就能看出来是一个 priority queue 的东西？
但是你在做的时候，当时真的就是一脸懵的。我这个感觉真的很清楚，就是当时就是想着说要维持一个什么东西，但是当时就没有这种灵光一现的那种感觉。
可是你这周刷的就是 priority queue 啊，我觉得可能就是说你对它能适用在什么场景下，感觉这点。
对啊，就适用在什么样的场景，就没有那种
如果他
那种
要题
感
一直
觉。
在我一直每一步都需要我的一个最值，你想到这儿就行了，我觉得。
就相当于说，它的题目里面问就是 apply k 一个 operation 要最小值，这个最值的话，就应该要想到用 heap 嘛。
他是说你每一步我都需要拿出来的是一个最值，是我每一步都需要拿出来一个最值，再继续算，再才可以继续的时候，并不是说
那这个也是算是它的一个隐藏含义吧，对不对？它题目其实没说，但是你在想的时候，肯定就是想着每一次拿个最值。
就是干这个的，因为他就是干这个的。你就想我永远只能用它那个 root，
OK，
对，你看这不是马上就做出来了吗？
对，是。
解释起来的话也挺简单，
对对，这个好。
但是这个是建立在你知道用什么 data structure 的基础上。我当时如果不用什么 data structure，没有 hint，我估计做不出来。
但是我觉得面试官一定会给你这个 hint，如果你想不到这。
Yeah， 我也猜的是这样子，对。
我就在他提示下写出来就行了。
对，而且很快，包括解释说只花了10分钟左右时间。
我也没有准备，说老实话，我也没有准备这个东西，所以。
就是因为没有准备啊，就是我就是觉得解释的时候，开始的时候，你就只要强调出来，我每一步都想要这个最值，所以我要用 priority queue，就可以。就是贪心的思想也是对，你得解释出来为什么我每一步要拿它最大值，因为我最后是想要一个最小值。我如果就想要一个最小值，我肯定是尽可能把那个大的数砍半，这样是我才能得到这个最小值。就是我觉得你把这个解释出来就可以了。
对，我当时我就不停在说 I need to remove the stones from the largest pile。
对。
哎，我之前做的，我想起来做那个贪心的那个算法的时候，它其实也是用 priority queue 来实现的。
对啊，所以这块题很多它都同时标着一个 greedy 和这个 priority queue。
对。
哦，那确实 OK。
Great。
那我这边我这道题就算是讲完了。
好，那我试着讲一下我这个，我也试出来了。干啥？啥？
等下子啊，我先把这一个停一下，我把这一个